Welcome to another episode of Unlocking the Mind Behind Make More, Work Less. Hi, my name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on Unlocking the Mind, we look at another cognitive bias. And the reason why we have the show is so that we can better understand how our minds work, how we can make better decisions, how we can build better relationships, and sometimes even avoid certain cognitive traps. So for today's cognitive bias, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever talked to a bunch of people and you gave a lot of details? You gave every single step of the way. You gave a lot of little systems and little tips and advice and so much detail so that they can do everything they can do, only to find out that they only got bits and parts and just really just gist of what you were trying to tell them and the overall concept of what you were telling them. And they always go, oh yeah, so you do this, this, and this, and then a little bit of that. But overall, you get this result. Have you ever had that experience? Or maybe when you're talking to kids, you tell them, okay, I want you to do this, 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 and all of a sudden you find out they only remember one, maybe two things out of all the stuff that you told them. Well, that is because they are suffering from the verbatim effect. So what exactly is the verbatim effect? Well, that is the ability to paraphrase and condense material heard into just a general sense or the gist of the information. Instead of repeating or being able to recuperate every single little bit of detail, or in other words, repeating verbatim. So that is the verbatim effect. So why is this important? Well, it's important because sometimes when we're doing presentations, when we're talking to business partners, when we're talking to potential clients, we are given a very limited amount of time. So when you're given that little bit of time, you want to be able to get your message across. And instead of kind of dwelling in on all the details, all the intricate little steps, you want to be able to deliver that message and get that message across so that they remember the most important stuff. And sometimes maybe repeating it, maybe paraphrasing it, but in the end, you want them to remember the main gist of the information. Because the thing is, all those other details, they're not going to remember. Now, this is very, very common when it comes to talking to a suspect or talking to a person who witnessed a crime. And sometimes in humans, we kind of expect them to remember everything. So we ask them, so what did you see? What did you remember? And every time they change their minds or they change the story or change their words, we go, oh, we can't rely on that information because they keep on changing it. But our minds work that way. We can't remember everything. And because we only are able to take the gist of information. So when we see something, we witness something, we only remember bits and parts of it and not the whole thing, or not exactly step by step of everything that we saw. So when we're asking that question about, oh, what did you see? We give the gist highlights of what we remember. So the thing is, when people actually give you every step of the way, all the little intricate details, then that's because they memorized it. They had a script, they practiced it, so that they can repeat the information verbatim. So the verbatim effect is actually showing us that, hey, we can't rely on our memories all the time, and we can't rely on other people remembering everything that we tell them. So we want to make sure that we simplify things. We want to highlight certain points. And if they actually do want to know more, then we can sit down and have a more in-depth conversation with them so that they can get all the details, so that they can be taking notes, or we could be giving them notes and all that kind of stuff. So that is the verbatim effect. If you learned something about this effect today, I hope you like this episode. And if you like this episode, go back and look at some of my other Unlocking the Mind episodes. And if you like this show, I have a lot of other shows, the Make More Mind Bites, the Peak Potential Success Show, and also the Mastermind Bites that goes up every single week. So please like, subscribe, and comment. I love seeing those comments. And until next time, today is the day to unlock your peak potential. We'll see you later.